All right, hi everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome back once again to these free Shiksha daily IELTS classes. So far we have finished and we are through with the IELTS reading module in terms of overview, syllabus, timings, and even the kinds of questions and sample answers. So, we have discussed lots of things about the reading module in total, and today we are in the last class of the IELTS listening. So, we had started with the listening class last Friday where we covered up lots of kinds of questions, and today also we are having at least 3 to 4 kinds of questions in hand, and we are going to discuss about them one by one, and then gradually we are going to move towards IELTS writing as well as IELTS speaking. So, without any further delay, I would like to start with today's class. And the first topic for today's class would be maps and plans. But yes, guys, before we actually move on to today's class, definitely you know what I'm going to say next. If you are a regular attendee, then please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. Whereas we also have a registration link for you in the description, so you can register with us, free of cost. You do not have to pay a single penny. So yes, that's a good news because many companies do take lots of money from you, from the IELTS candidates, for registering. But yes, we do not take a single penny out of you. So you can register with us because after registration you will be able to avail few perks which we have with us for you, and that is, one of them is that you can download free sample papers and you can practice from them for your self evaluation. And definitely you can also get in touch with our expert counseling team who will be willingly helping you towards the guidance of IELTS and TOEFL PTE. In fact, not just these, but also GRE, GMAT, SAT, whatever paper you want to know about, and whatever is your requirement for migrating towards abroad. Definitely, this counseling team will help you free of cost again. So, again, the counseling sessions are also free of cost. So, definitely make use of this registration link, which is given just below this video. It's a blue highlighted colored link, and you just have to click on it. You will get registered with us by, filling out a small form which will appear after clicking on it. So yes, coming back to the slide now, let's start with today's class. So the first topic which we are going to talk about is, and mind it, it's IELTS listening module which we are talking about. So the first topic is maps and plans. So these are quite interesting as well as can be challenging sometimes. So yes, you have to be very careful with these two kinds of questions in the IELTS listening. So let's read about it quickly for some time, and then gradually we'll move on to strategies and tips for this particular question. So yes, starting with the next slide, this IELTS listening test involves listening to the 4 recordings based on the academic and social context. There are 40 questions involved in the listening test, which needs to be completed in the duration of 30 minutes. So yes, you will have half an hour for the whole listening paper in IELTS. The listening question types involved in the test are multiple choice, matching questions, map, plan, diagram labeling, form, note, table, flowchart, summary, and sentence completion. So these are few of the question types which you will encounter in your IELTS listening paper. Coming to the IELTS listening map question, it is a task where you need to label the map with the correct letter for the question by listening to the audio. Also, there will be other questions where you need to label the unnamed area by hearing the recordings. So the pattern of the map and plan labeling questions will be similar. Okay. So where in the plan you need to label the building, and in the map you are asked to map the town. So this is just an instance, and for example, I have put down a sentence here for you, just for you to know that what is the slight difference between a map kind of question and a plan kind of question. So this is what you will be asked in the exam to do. Now, there are few tips which you need to follow for this particular question. So I will just be reading out the bolded lines because we have talked about these tips lots of times, and even in my previous videos I have gone through them in detail. So right now I'm not going to waste any time because we have lots of questions to cover today. So let me just read out the bold lines for you, and definitely then you can rewatch the video and go one by one in detail, because I have written down the explanation just below every bolded, tip. All right. So coming to the first step, which is instructions are the key. Very important. Instructions will be given to you before every set of questions, and you have to go through them one by one. Okay. And please do not ignore them, because there might be some important information regarding that question. So don't ignore the instructions. Predict the answer. That means you can guess the answer before you actually jump onto the correct one, because that will make it easy for you to guess and to come to the correct answer very soon. Next is focus on the labeled parts. So whatever part has been labeled already in a map kind of question or the plan kind of questions, please look out for them very carefully. Put yourself in that map or plan. So once you have seen the question in front of you in the question paper, the map or plan kind of question, try to fix yourself in that map and plan kind of question. Excuse me. Because once you are with the speaker and moving on with the speaker in every direction, it will be very easy for you. It will become very easy for you to mark the areas which the examiner wants you to mark. Okay. So be there with the speaker and just try to focus and try to be there in the map by yourself. Just imagine that as if you are there in that town or in that map. Next is focus on the answer. Of course, focusing on the answer is very important. Neglect the distractors. So yes, there will be some distractors and some words like but, however, which tend to change the significance and meaning or the theme of the whole sentence. So you need to be very, very much careful and cautious about these distractors. Next is note taking. So note taking is again a very important point here. Try to take down notes as much as possible, throughout your test. And then we have transferring the answers. So yes, this step especially is for people who are trying to apply and take the paper in paper based test in that form. So where you need to write the answers in the paper, you need to transfer your answers from the question paper to the answer sheet. All right. So that is what it means here, transferring answers. Learning synonyms, because the language won't be same, whatever is being talked about in the audio, whatever is the context, the language or the words would never be same. There will be lots of synonyms used. So just watch out for paraphrasing, and then also try to enhance your vocabulary, at least have a basic level of vocabulary, because otherwise it will be very difficult. It will be tough for you to understand what is going on in the audio. Okay, and you will not be able to perform really well in your IELTS listening. So you need to have at least a basic level of vocabulary to go on and take the test, so that you can understand what is going on in the audio. So guys, I can see your questions coming up on the comment section already, which is a very lovely response. Thank you so much for writing down your question. But yes, whoever is writing down the question right now on comment section, please let me finish with the slides. It's not much to be covered today, and then definitely in the end of the session I will take up all of your questions and I will answer them one by one. All right, I hope you have understood that. Thank you. And coming back to the slide for now, check the below IELTS listening map vocabulary to perform the map questions better. So guys, these are few of the phrases which I have listed down here for you, so that you can learn few of them and you can try to apply and you can understand what is going on in the audio when the speaker takes some of these phrases or words in the audio. So these words, try to memorize them. If not memorizing, then at least try to understand them. What is the meaning of at the top, at the bottom, or maybe facing, slightly west of? So all these words tend to appear in your IELTS listening paper, and it's very important to at least brush up through some words before you actually sit for your IELTS listening paper. So these are few of the words. Please go through them in detail one by one, guys. And this is the sample question of map which I am trying to show you here on the slide. So you can see a few words have been written already. For example, office, that has been marked as A. So that means A option is office. That is already been marked. Now you need to mark F, D, C, and then B, K, H, I, J, and G. So these are few of the letters, and even E. Okay. So you have to be very careful where is the speaker going and what is the speaker talking about. So for example, the entrance is here. So the speaker will tend to say that from the entrance, please move on to slightly left, which is the office, which has been marked already A. Then go to slight right, which is just in front of the garden walks. Something like this, okay? I'm trying to give you an example. It won't be the same in the exam, but yes, please try to be there with the speaker and try to imagine as if you are there in this map. That is why it will become very, very easy for you to solve this map once you imagine yourself here, okay, in this map. So this is how the map kind of question will look like. And now these will be the kind of questions. So these were the instructions which I was talking about. For example, write the correct letters A to K next to questions 1 to 6. So in front of 1 to 6, you need to write 1, A, B, C, D, all of that. Okay. So you need to write the letters, not the words. Then walking tour of the National Botanical Garden. This is the heading or this is the subtitle of this particular question. So guys, this is how the map and plan kind of question will look like. Now let me move on to note completion. It's a very easy kind of question. Basically, what are notes? Listing down necessary points of particular information is called notes. If I read out from here, IELTS listening note completion question is one of the important question types that is commonly appearing in the IELTS listening test. And it's, a very, very easy kind of task because it comes in the form of, forms, even, few sentences and few blanks are left and you need to provide information regarding these words. For example, they can be keywords, abbreviations, phrases, addresses, levels, phone numbers. So you need to write down these things which are being talked about in the audio, right? Now, if I move on directly to the tips and strategies, the first one is pay attention to the instructions. So guys, instructions is something which I have talked about endless number of times, and it will appear something like this: no more than one word and or a number, right? No more than two words or no more than three words. So you need to be very, very cautious about the number of words which have been talked about. Then second is read the given title and questions. Of course, without that we cannot solve the paper, right? So third is predict the possible answers. Again, as I said, please try to guess the word before it actually comes in the audio and before you actually write the correct one. Highlight the keywords and synonyms. Of course, you have the question paper in front of you. If you need to underline and highlight any important keyword, please do that because it will help you to, make a relation between what is being talked about in the audio and the question paper. Then, of course, be all ears. That means you need 101% attention when you're listening to the IELTS audio, listening audio in the IELTS listening paper. Please do not get distracted. Stay focused on the key data. That means the important points. Watch out for distractors. We have already talked about distractors. If you have missed out on that, please go and watch our videos on the YouTube channel. Shiksha Study Abroad, that is the name of the channel. Next is multitasking. Of course, multitasking, that is something which you need in your IELTS listening paper. So for example, what are the three things or three skills which we are talking about here? First is reading. That means you're reading the question paper, you're reading fill in the blanks and kinds of questions, instructions. So that is where your reading skills are being applied. When you're listening to the audio, you are also simultaneously listening to the audio and trying to understand what is going on. So reading and listening. And the third skill which you are doing simultaneously in your IELTS listening paper is writing. That means you're writing down the answers. So there are three skills which are being exercised in this whole IELTS listening paper: reading the questions, listening to the audio, and writing the answers, right? So you need to learn and you need to help yourself here that how do I actually multitask and get a better result out of it. So yes, here comes your multitasking. Next tip is blank spaces never help. Of course, guys, you know till now. If you are not aware, let me tell you. In fact, you should be aware till now, if you are a serious IELTS candidate, that in IELTS exam, all the four modules, there is no negative marking. That means even if you get an answer wrong, especially in reading and listening, your marks won't be cut. There won't be any negative marking. All right. So why to leave the blanks? If you know something, write down the answer. Even if you do not know that particular answer, even if you skip something in reading or in listening paper, please try to guess, because sometimes your guesses also might become the right answer or the correct answers which you need. So why to leave a blank when there is a possibility, when there is a probability that you can guess and get the answer correct, right? So why to leave the blank spaces? 10th is time management. Of course, we have talked about this in our previous videos as well. Time management is something which you need in all the four modules, especially in your reading, listening, and writing. Okay, because these all four modules are very time restricted paper, and you need to complete the paper, especially reading and listening, in that particular time in which it is given. So please manage your time really well, because sometimes candidates, they lose marks just because they have not finished the paper completely, especially in writing. So please try to time yourself really well. Next is be accurate. That means whatever information is being talked about or whatever is the requirement of your question in any of the modules, please do answer that way. Double check your answers. Please keep some time in the end, at least 1 minute or 2 minutes, to go through the whole paper so that you can revise and you can improve or correct any spelling mistake or any font mistake, whichever has been done. All right, so this is how your note completion questions will look like, and this is the instruction which I was talking about. Write no more than one word and or a number. So here you are clear after reading the instruction, you're clear that okay, I have to use just one word, or my answer can be just one number, not more than that, right? And a example question has been done for you, so you can just come back here in the video after the live video is over. You can always come back and rewatch the video and see these kind of questions. You can also download free sample papers from our site. Now I come to table completion, a very easy, kind of question again. Now IELTS listening table completion requires you to listen to the audio recording and note down the keywords that are the main ideas and facts, and then fill in the answers, okay, which are the missing words of the listening text. It's a way of summarizing information related to different categories like place, time, cost. So in the table, in the whole table kind of question, they can talk about any of these three things. Or maybe apart from this also it can happen in the exam. So in IELTS listening paper, this question comes regularly in one or the other section. So please be aware that table completion question, this is one of the questions which you will 99% encounter in your IELTS listening paper. So it's very important. It's cautious of you to actually practice it beforehand before you actually sit for the exam. All right. Now, if we read about the tips, if we directly come to the tips, then again you'll notice that many of the tips are actually repetitive. So I'll just go through them one by one quickly. Analyze the question. Of course, you need to understand what is the question, what is the requirement of the question, how many words do I need to write, do I need a number also in the table completion question. All of these questions should be in your mind when you're table kind of question. Next is answer order. Of course, the answer order would fall as the speaker would give you the information in the audio. So please do not wait for the information in the end, okay? And because the answers would probably be starting from the, question number one, then the answer to question number two will come, then answer to question number three, four, five, and so on gradually. So please do not get confused that I might get the answer of ninth question in the first instance or go itself. No, it will not happen like that. So in the table completion question also, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will move on according to the level of the questions. Next is synonyms and paraphrasing. As I've told you, if you are a newcomer to IELTS exam and to our videos, let me tell you that the language which you will hear in the recording, in the IELTS listening audio, it will not be same as you will read it in the question. So the words in the questions will be different from the words which you will hear in the audio. Just remember that. So you need to look out and you need to be very cautious and careful of the synonyms. So synonyms are similar meaning words, okay? And the form or the spelling of the word that differs, but the meaning remains the same, okay? For example, if I say country and then I say nation, so nation and country, of course, both mean the same, but the words are different. So these are the synonyms, right? Now, if I talk about mind the distractors, of course, we have talked about distractors, and one of the examples have been given here. So let me read it out for you. I visit my friends every weekend despite my mother's warning. So despite has been bolded here, and it is acting like a distractor. Here, the word despite is a distractor that might confuse the listener. So, there will be some kinds of words which will distract you, and those words are known as distractors. So, for example, if somebody says, I love chocolates, okay, let me give you an example. I love chocolates. However, okay, focus on this word. However, I am more tempted by ice creams. Okay, so I love chocolates. However, or but, I am more tempted by ice creams. So, however, or the word but is acting as a distractor here. So always remember there will be few words which will actually change the whole meaning, the whole significance, and they will actually take a turn, okay, from A to B in a sentence. So just be aware of these kind of words, guys. That is all I need to say here. Predicting the answer again, make a guess. Writing the answer, of course, without writing, you won't be able to get marks. So yes, this is a very, very simple general tip. Guess if necessary. Again, I have told you how much guessing is important. So if I show you the sample question now, so this is how a table completion question will look like. So table actually consists of rows and columns, right? We all know that. We have been studying about the table completion questions even in mathematics, even in physics, and all of our subjects, right? So here it comes in IELTS listening as well now. So as you can see, location, name, children, and special requirements, these are the 4 headings of this particular example table. And if I talk about location, the first question is London. Okay, that is some information which is given about location. Name is Benton. Children, girl and boy. That means Benton has 2 children, girl and boy. And special requirements out of this person is be keen on dash. So now you know that in 7th question you need to answer what is Benton keen on. So that will be spoken about in the audio, and you need to hear about it, and you need to write that one word. Why one word? Because it's written here no more than one word. So that means after reading the instructions, you know that you cannot use more than one word. So this is how gradually you will fill out the table. Now, what is a flowchart? Of course, we know about flowcharts from mathematics from our school time. But yes, let's uh, cure the confusion if we have. A flowchart is basically a pictorial representation, that means in the form of pictures of the process or flow of data in a continuous sequence. So sometimes you will see a diagram kind of question where the downward arrows are present, or maybe the arrows might shift to right, or might shift to left, or maybe they might go upward as well. So the arrows or the directions can be in any direction, but yes, if the information is flowing from one direction to the other, that pictorial representation is known as a flowchart. So yes, coming to the tips directly, focus, focus, focus. Of course, we know how much concentration is important in your IELTS listening paper. Try to locate the keyword that you marked already when the audio is on. So of course, when you're listening to the audio, try to mark the keyword which the speaker is talking about, or maybe you can just scribble it down in your notes. When you're taking down the notes, you can scribble it down on the question paper, because you are allowed to write down in your question paper, okay, on your question paper. So you can do that, and then maybe when the audio gets finished, then you can relate to that word which you have marked, and then you can write down the correct answer. So this is how you actually make notes. So please be very alert, keep your pen and pencils ready when the audio starts so that you can scribble down and make some notes. Be alert for the synonyms. This I have already told you. This is because this tip actually is a very, very general tip about the whole IELTS listening paper, because paraphrasing and synonyms will be present everywhere. Okay, this is common to every kind of question. Wait for the right answer, as there are chances that the speaker on the audio can change the answer. So sometimes it happens as soon as you listen to one answer, you think that okay, this is the correct answer, and you write it down quickly. And you do not listen to the latter part or to the next upcoming part of the audio. So please do not do that. Even if you feel this is the answer, please write it down on your notes side where you're making the notes on the question paper, please write it down there, scribble it down with your pencil, and then listen to the latter or the upcoming part. When you feel, okay, finally I have listened to the whole thing, to the whole sentence, and I know this is the right answer, then write it down. So please do not skip the latter part or the upcoming part, because I have seen myself IELTS candidates writing down answers in IELTS listening very quickly. They actually do not listen to the whole sentence. They listen to half of the sentence and they think, okay, this is the answer, and they write it down. Whereas the answer is actually in the second part. So please understand that point. Presentation is one of the best strategies. Of course, presenting your answer, how you're writing it, your handwriting, especially if you're giving a paper based test, it's very important. Hence, it's highly recommended to write in capital letters. Yes, this I say to my IELTS candidates as well, that please write down your answers in the bold capital letters, because otherwise they might get confused. If you have a bad handwriting, the examiner might get confused what have you written, and they will not actually concentrate on your answer, and the answer will be marked wrong. So you do not want that, right? The answers will come in the correct order, so always remember that the answers will be in order. If you fail to fill any gap, then leave the blanks and guess some of the possible answers. So yes, if you do not know anything, please guess and move on. This is how a flowchart will look like. As I was saying, the information is flowing downward. Then you have to use two words only because it's written here, no more than two words. And then summary completion we have already talked about in the previous class. So this brings us to the end of today's class. So guys, this is all this is all what I wanted to teach you today about IELTS listening paper. And now I have questions in front of me on the comment section. So now I'll be taking up your questions one by one. So if you have any questions, you can later on also put it down on the comment section, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But yes, two pieces of information which I have given you in the starting of the class. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad, which is right in front of you on this slide. And of course, please do not forget to register with us. That is absolutely for free. And if you need any guidance on the PPTs, and if you need any material, definitely we have lots of material on our landing page. So the landing page, you'll be taken to the landing page automatically once you register with us, because there we have prepared a very beautiful calendar as well for IELTS, and you can join the classes according to your own requirement and needs. Okay. And of course, coming back to the comment section. Editing master is the name of the person who has asked. I have my exam on 16 December. How to prepare? All right. So editing master, whatever is your real name, first of all, thank you so much for attending our live IELTS Shiksha classes. And yes, for your preparation, we are having these classes daily on the YouTube live platform. So please. You can take help for these PPTs. So you are also asking about, I want these all slides, please help me, ma'am. Sure. So we are trying to help you here by providing free online Shiksha classes, that too on a daily basis. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Editing Master. That is what I will advise, because we have lots of videos, and we have started these videos from the month of June. So now it has been like around 5 to 6 months. We're about to complete half an year with all these successful classes which we have held till now on the YouTube channel. So yes, please subscribe to our channel, and you will find lots of online free material from our side, and there will be nothing which will be left our side. So yes, and you can also download for free the sample papers which I was talking about, and we have lots of sample papers for every module. So you can practice from there, you can self-evaluate, and then still if you have any questions or queries, definitely you can come back to our channel and ask it on the comment section. So guys, that was all from my side. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and tomorrow I'm going to come with another section of um, I think tomorrow we are starting with the writing section. Yes, that is one of the very crucial and very important sections and modules of the IELTS exam. So please do not forget to subscribe, and please do not forget to watch our classes live daily. So you are asking, where are those papers? Okay, so those papers are there on our site. Okay, so I will try to just give you the link on the comment section. Just give me a minute. I'll just type it down on the comment section, and then directly you can click on the link. It for you. So I am just sharing this you on the comment section. Okay, just give me a minute. Right, so here you are. So this is the site. Actually, this is the link which I have given you. This is our main landing page. So from here, you can go to any other page. You can go to the sample paper page. If you want information about TOEFL exam, you can go there. You can also talk to our counseling team. Every information is given on this page. Please refer to this page, and I would also advise you, editing master, if you really need a very big help from our side, please help us too in return by registering and subscribing to our YouTube channel, because many candidates have got a very big help and they have actually boosted their scores after subscribing with us. Okay, so please do that. And how to get connected with you? Definitely, you can connect with us on this YouTube channel live platform every day, 5 to 6 p.m. Because during this 1 hour we are having the IELTS daily classes, and you can come here and talk to us on the comment section, and we will try to solve all your queries. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your time, guys, and thanks to everyone who has been watching us throughout live. So yes, I will see you tomorrow with another fresh new topic on writing module. Writing is also very important, so please do not forget to subscribe so that you can join on time, and I shall see you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.